Mic is okay. Thank you so much. It really is always pleasurable to stand on the podium, and especially after the pandemic, it's great that we survived. So, it's going to be more of an interactive session, though we have less in the room. But I would like to ask a few questions as we proceed. So, if you all agree to me that we are in the rat race, right? So we've been loaded with work pressure. हम blame करते हैं कि हमारे patient का pressure भी हम पे एक pressure है. We have abrupt timings of the meals. Especially when I say we, I'm targeting Indians and I'm talking about Indians, like not only our patients but we ourselves also. So we are taking 3 large meals surrounded by our comfort foods. So always, if you've seen that in our lectures by Shilpa Joshi ma'am, she always say that a vada pav is easily eaten by everybody than eating the kurmuras and makhanas. So we are surrounded by the comfort foods, bad sleep timings, and Dr. Vipul also said that we are surrounded with phones, technology everywhere. So the metabolic syndrome is rising, right? And we are a sedentary as well as a mentally stressed population right now, including our patients and us. So, metabolic syndrome, apart from the genetic factors and all we've been listening in these 3 days, lifestyle factors, genetics, all of them, especially is lifestyle that matters. It's seen through many studies that as the insulin resistance goes down and the weight goes down, our insulin sensitivity becomes better. But we as clinicians know that we are not able to deliver that knowledge to our patients. So, this study, the magnetic cohort study, is a very recent study wherein 797 participants were taken and 2 groups they were divided into metabolic syndrome and metabolically healthy patients. But these metabolically healthy patients were not obese. So, even the metabolic syndrome group, though being lean type or being non obese, they had metabolic syndrome and their diet quality was studied. So, what are the food groups they were eating was seen. The metabolic syndrome group was studied in detail, and if you can see their diet quality, because of the time constraint, I'll keep it short. The diet quality included more of red meats, sweets, fast food, junk food, etc. And the prudent practices, the 2 groups, if you could see, that was the more of a westernized diet. And the prudent practices included more of the vegetarian food groups, including nuts and seeds, milk and milk products, healthy food groups. So, what we could see is that the metabolically unhealthy group, or we could say the patients with metabolic syndrome, it was seen through the Compan questionnaire and food frequency questionnaire was seen that nutritional knowledge was very poor of these metabolic syndrome and they were definitely higher BMI. So can we see that there is a correlation again that the number, if you have a higher BMI, you definitely are having chances of metabolic syndrome. So we were trying to prove through this study that it's the other way around. That if you have metabolic syndrome, you definitely have a westernized diet eating pattern. Can we all see here that the highest adherence to the diet, that is more of the westernized diet, you can see around 96% of the people following junk foods is what we say in the western diet, was the people having metabolic syndrome. And we could see through this arms also that the highest adherence to westernized diet leads to higher risk of metabolic syndrome, especially even if we see the moderate adherence. Apart from all the speakers talking about exercise, all the diet quality also matters. So in the thin fat Indian phenotype, which we should take care of, including us or the patients when coming to us, we should, this was taught to me by my, again, the mentor Cheryl ma'am, that we should a new, Smita ma'am, if you agree, that we use a new anthropometric parameter, not sometimes the waist circumference or the waist hip ratio is not important, but dividing the height by 2, Like if I am 150 centimeters divided by 2, if 75 should actually be my waist size. And we should, if we clearly compare, or if we calculate right and right now, we all would be having a waist circumference maybe more than that. So do that exercise and check yourselves and ask your patients also to do. Um, Again, with our very own Dr. Shashank Joshi, who has done a recent START study, and we could see that majority of our Indian, be it the North Indians or the South side of India, West or East, we are more of carb eaters. So to our patients, when it comes to the dietary tips, be it following any kind of diet, be it a Mediterranean, a keto, a low carb, or any sort of diets that should be practiced, or maybe a low protein diet for a kidney patient, we should teach them balancing of the plate. So here my question comes to any of you. आज सुबह आपने breakfast में यहाँ पे क्या खाया? If you can just tell me. बताइए ना. हाँ, you can tell me.
So it was a very elaborate breakfast with carbs. I had a dosa, I had a idli, and I had a little bit of egg.
Okay.
And it also had, because it was in the hotel, it also had sweets like a cupcake.
Correct. So, I'm sure that the dosa and the idli lacked fiber, right?
Yes.
Sabzi nahi thi usme.
हाँ.
Especially then you said that you had little bit of protein in the form of egg, लेकिन dosa और idli के साथ the comparatively carb portion
Yeah.
बढ़ गया, right?
Definitely.
So we need to learn that, and especially at our homes also, जब हम लोग breakfast बनाते हैं, तो the pohas will not have the sabzis,
Yes. Definitely.
right? We'll just have a onion bataka, like
हाँ.
the
It will be
kanda
full
bataka poha.
carbohydrate. Yeah.
So we have been listening, of course, with our eminent speakers in these 3 days that, carbohydrates are the main culprits. But what my thought is that be it any diet that we practice, when it comes to the approach to teach your patient, it should be more about balancing the plate. When you teach them this with the pictorial presentation, and you make them realize कि आपने कल ये खाया, उसमें ये कमी थी, उसमें fiber lacking था, उसमें protein lacking था. So when you teach them this approach, definitely it's the key to, managing any metabolic problems. So be it, like I said, hypertension, we follow the DASH diet. Metabolically stressed, low carb, ketogenic Mediterranean diets. If you have high uric acid, stones, we would again recommend a green, clean diet, antioxidant rich, which is again following high fibers. But my key is to again teach your patients to balance the plate. So some diet tips to balance the plate would be, of course, we should diagnose the case very well. Be it the biochemical parameters, all should be pre and post OPD should be taken care of along with a team, along with the doctor. What simple tips you can tell your patients is make one citrus fruit a day compulsory, be it an apple, a pear, or a papaya, or maybe simply one lemon if the client or patient is not affording. Handful of nuts for the good fats. Ask them to have their own affordable multigrain atta. So when it talks about multigrain atta combination, sometimes we say that multigrain atta lai lejo. So they might go and buy some Ashirwad. So we need to educate them that this is the multigrain combination I would want you to have. Be it 200 grams of jaw, jawar, and add in a protein in it. Right, ma'am? So you have to, when you give time to your patients, you need to tell them in detail. It does not mean કે multigrain આટા લેવાનું છે, બે રોટલી multigrain આટા, or maybe just a bowl of rice or brown rice. Until and unless we don't teach them that what is the importance of the fiber, what is the importance of the protein when you are making a multigrain atta. Because there will be a group of patients who will say that मुझे दोपहर को सिर्फ रोटी सब्जी चाहिए. So if you are adding protein in the roti, for example, if you are making the roti multigrain atta along with the sattu powder, along with chana ka atta, then the protein is coming in there and there. And if your client wants a simple meal, maybe a multigrain stuffed thepla, પણ એમાં protein પણ આવી જાય, the methi is also coming in itself is a meal. So teach the importance of nutrition and practices like we saw in the study also, that the nutritional knowledge of the patients is very poor. So we have to give in more time as diabetes educator. At Diacare also we take time with patients to teach them only about what is diabetes for 1 hour in detail first, right? So teach the art of balancing the plate where every meal should have enough fiber and protein. Small and frequent meals are important, but what are you eating in that small and frequent meals is also important. Say for example, a person who is highly diabetic and I ask them to take evening snack as a fruit, they might not feel full because again it's a carb load, insulin response would be high, they will feel protein gives you higher satiety and a lower GI. So if you're taking small and frequent meals, as clinicians we need to inform our patients that the snacking options should be low GI snacking options, especially when you're targeting the metabolically obese population or metabolic syndrome, be it PCOS women, thyroid, anybody. So low GI snacking options could be nuts, seeds, chana, boiled pulses, sprouts, eggs. If you see, I have not added light roasted snacks here. No kurmura makhanas. But you try to incorporate protein in the evening snack options also. Reduce the amount of caffeine in general, and of course the comfort food. We need to make their clients explain and patients explain that how maida leads to insulin resistance and leads to higher metabolic diseases, right? So a holistic approach together would be a regular follow up as a team, as diabetes educator, the doctor working together, the dietitian working together as a team, taking care of the biochemical parameters pre and post care, a proper nutritional care, and of course overall education to the patient on the disease, why the follow up is important. If you're giving a diet, for example, for a week's time, 10 days time, it's very very important to bring that patient back. You are in a win-win situation only when the patient comes back to the OPD to follow the diet, because we are targeting to reverse the lifestyle or to improve the lifestyle. We are not calling them ke medicines or likhni hai. That's what we are targeting as nutritionists, right? That's it. Thank you. So my thank you